Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your host, The Dark Knight, and today we are going to be discussing a very controversial topic today. We will be discussing Vegito Blue from the Future Arc versus Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla from Tournament of Power. I ended this topic more or less in my first video, which, is a GT Goku versus, Base Super Goku from the anime. If you guys have not watched that video, I will be leaving the link in the description for you guys. But if you have watched that video, this video will not be anywhere near as long as that last video was, which I can promise you guys for sure. And with the introductions out of the way, let's just step into the debate. We'll start off with Future Arc Vegito Blue because, he happened first. Now let's start with the reasons why Vegito Blue was even needed in the first place. When Super Saiyan Blue Goku defeated Merge Zamasu in the Beam Clash, he ended up greatly damaging the part of Zamasu that was not mortal, aka Goku Black. I will have some quotes on the screen from episode 66 of Dragon Ball Super. Pause the video if you want to read the quotes real quick before I head on. So what Gowasu is saying here is that the Goku Black inside Merge Zamasu was severely damaged, and it's because of that Merge Zamasu can now regenerate like he once could. And Gowasu is saying for them to be able to take out Zamasu now, aka corrupted Zamasu, they would need to attack far greater than anything they could produce before. And this is why we see my boy Vegito Blue enter the ring. If you already watched the fight, you'll know exactly how it went down with, Vegito and corrupted Zamasu going blow for blow. But Vegito, was, noticeably had this very slight edge. But I want to put my focus near the end of the fight. First, which this is not that big of a deal, Supreme Kai confirms that Zamasu has lost a great deal of regeneration, stating, "Look at him, his body is unstable, he's losing his form." I mean, I already said this before, but this second thing is very important to note, so pay close attention. For those that did not notice while watching the episode, Corrupted Zamasu was actually increasing his strength by increasing his body size, but it slowed down his speed. Vegito actually ends up mocking him on this and taking advantage of the fact that he was slower than he was before. And then Vegito ends up throwing this final Kamehameha at Zamasu. But Corrupted Zamasu was able to come out of it completely unfazed, and this shows that Vegito Blue's attack was not strong enough to deal with Corrupted Zamasu's weakened regeneration. But when Trunks ends up absorbing a Spirit Bomb in his rage state, which this Spirit Bomb contained a weakened base Goku and Vegeta and the energy of a couple of humans left over, and with this power up he was able to penetrate and absolutely demolish Zamasu. So it's exactly like how Gowasu said, a strong enough attack would be able to finish him off. A lot of people tend to ask the question, how was Trunks able to destroy Zamasu's body, but Vegito's final Kamehameha couldn't even phase him? Well, for starters, Trunks absorbed an entire Spirit Bomb, which although was made out of a couple of humans and weakened like Goku and Vegeta, gave him enough power. It gave him enough power to destroy Zamasu's body. And this is because absorbing energy in Dragon Ball Z has always been an exponential boost. An example of this is when Piccolo, who was second form Frieza level on Namek, he absorbed energy from both Gohan and Krillin, who were much weaker than Frieza. But yet with this absorbed energy, Piccolo was able to send Frieza flying with this kick. And he was able to take numerous hits from him without dying, although he was getting the crap kicked out of him. And two, Zamasu was actually growing in strength while he was fighting Vegito Blue. Even though at the beginning of the fight, Vegito Blue was able to casually crush a key attack that Zamasu threw at him, even with Zamasu saying right before he threw it, "You may be more powerful, but you're still not a god." So he admitted that Vegito was stronger than himself at the beginning of the fight. And at the end of the fight, Vegito Blue threw a final Kamehameha at Zamasu, with Zamasu coming out of it barely phased, showing that Vegito Blue's key attack was not strong enough to destroy Zamasu, which Gowasu stated they needed a powerful attack, strong enough to take him out. But yet Trunks, with the Spirit Bomb absorbed, was able to completely evaporate Corrupted Zamasu's body. So it's not entirely irrational. As a matter of fact, it's very evident to say that Rage Trunks, with the Spirit Bomb absorbed, is stronger than Vegito Blue. You can try to argue that Vegito Blue is not, not weaker than this Rage Trunks, but I mean, all it consists of would be a headcanon argument, really. Which, I'm not that big on headcanon, really. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's start moving on to Kefla and the strength feats she has. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the Spirit Bomb that Goku was able to charge up. This Spirit Bomb contained energy from every Universe 7 fighter except Vegeta. As a matter of fact, Goku was confident in having a chance against Jiren despite him getting completely, absolutely just demolished in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. He even tells Jiren to not regret him giving this time to charge a Spirit Bomb. So that would make the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb at least stronger than the Tournament of Power Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku. Alright, so now let me explain to you guys why the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb is stronger than Trunks' Spirit Bomb. Actually, you know what, before I even do that, let me explain what the Spirit Bomb is and how it actually works. So the way the Genki Dama works is that it borrows a small portion of energy from the source it's taking its energy from. If you take too much energy, sorry for that, but if you take too much energy, it'll end up like killing like whatever it's taking it from. You could actually, end up doing more harm than good. I think this was seen when Goku was first charging up his Spirit Bomb against Vegeta, and he ended up like killing a deer or something. But anyways, he contains 3 parts: Genki, Yuki, and Shoki. The Spirit Bomb does not take your Yuki and Shoki, but because that's not like actual energy. There's a reason why the Spirit Bomb is called the Genki Dama. And even then, the Spirit Bomb only takes a small part of your Genki. And the hierarchy is basically the stronger you are, the more Genki you can give. A lot of people like to say that everyone gives away the same amount of Genki because of the fact that Ultimate Gohan energy alone, he wasn't enough to defeat Kid Buu, but yet the humans on Earth had enough energy to kill Kid Buu. But you also have to consider the fact that the Z Fighters were barely giving any of their energy. As a matter of fact, just with the humans trying to give their ki to Spirit Bomb, it exhausted them. The Spirit Bomb exhausting them is the whole reason they were so hesitant, to like give their ki to the Spirit Bomb in the first place. So you not only have over 7 billion humans giving so much energy that they're exhausted from it, not to mention you have the Namekians or New Namek that are also way stronger than humans, and they too are also giving their energy to the Spirit Bomb. Alright, so now we can actually compare Trunks' Spirit Bomb gathered versus the Spirit Bomb gathered from like the Tournament Power, and explain why the Tournament Power one is like much stronger, like leagues above. And to do that, let's first look at the Spirit Bomb Trunks gathered. So you have the remaining survivors, like surviving humans from like the entire Earth, like around like 20ish people, possibly a bit more near the bunker. And you have like this cat and a flower that somehow survived the destruction that Zamasu was throwing. You also have Android 8, along with another couple of humans that have managed to, survive. And then you have Mai and Bulma. And then you have both Goku and Vegeta, who just got completely like decked on by like corrupted Zamasu, and they're like extremely fatigued. They can like barely move from the ground they are right now. Alright, so let's analyze what's going on here. Trunks' Genki Dama is borrowing very small energy from the entire Earth and the people on the planet. Unlike the Spirit Bomb Goku gathered against Buu, the humans aren't even trying to give their energy to Trunks' Spirit Bomb. They're just, like cheering him on. And the fact that none of them are tired or exhausted from the Spirit Bomb borrowing some of their ki goes to show that the humans aren't giving as much ki to the Spirit Bomb compared to the Kid Buu Spirit Bomb. As a matter of fact, they aren't even purposely trying to give their Genki. They're just like cheering Trunks, on. The only people that, are intentionally giving their ki to the Spirit Bomb is like this Goku and Vegeta. Even when they're fatigued from getting mollywopped, mollywopped by, corrupted Zamasu. Alright, so now let's take a look at the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb. You have Gohan and Piccolo. Then there's 17 and 18 who not only have infinite ki, but 17 himself is Super Saiyan Blue Goku level. And then you have my boy Frieza. And then you have the Earthlings on the bench giving as much energy as they can. So not only do you have people with immensely good ki and a couple of dozens of Earthlings for Trunks' Spirit Bomb, but you also have the fact that Goku actually spent his time charging the Spirit Bomb and making sure it was, or at least he thought, was enough to deal with Jiren. Which from earlier shows the Tournament Power Spirit Bomb to be at least above Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku from the Tournament of Power. Meanwhile, Trunks just took the Spirit Bomb made from the very small energy of the Earthlings and a fatigued Goku and Vegeta, and he just absorbed that instead of spending time to actually charge it first. So with all that factored in, it should be quite evident that the Tournament of Power Spirit Bomb is leagues stronger than the Spirit Bomb Trunks came up with. The Tournament Power Spirit Bomb consisted of fighters that had greatly higher ki than the Earthlings and the fatigued Goku, and it was higher than the Earthlings and the fatigued Goku and Vegeta. Not to mention that the Earthlings weren't even tired when giving their ki, which goes to show how little energy they really donated to the Spirit Bomb. So now with all that Spirit Bomb stuff out of the way, I'm going to explain why all this is so important in scaling Vegito Blue and Kefla to each other. Now something is very important, like said when Goku goes Ultra Instinct Omen for the first time, something a lot of people tend to forget or just ignore. On the sidelines, Tien says something very important. I'll leave that a quote on screen for you guys, but I'll still read it out for you. The Spirit Bomb was strong, but Jiren pushed it back. Even if Goku added all of its energy to its own power, it still wouldn't be enough. And you know what Whis' next words were? You are correct, Tien. So basically what Tien was saying is that even if you absorb the Spirit Bomb at its full power, his Super Saiyan Blue state, it still wouldn't be enough to be able to push Jiren this far. And Whis says that this is true, but I'm not done yet. So what Whis goes to explain next, I'll have the exact quote on screen, for you guys. is that because of the Spirit Bomb exploding so close to him and Goku fighting it back with all of his energy so that he wouldn't die, it caused him to break his limit and reach a new state of power far stronger than before. Because of this gives us that Ultra Instinct Omen 1 Goku is stronger than a beginning Tournament Power Super Saiyan Blue Goku that hypothetically absorbed the Spirit Bomb. I could go even further and say UI Omen 1 Goku stronger than like a beginning Tournament Power Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku that absorbed the Spirit Bomb, but I'm not going to go that far. And going back to the future arc, not only have we proved the Spirit Bomb's Tournament Power stronger than the one Trunks used, but we can evidently say that same Rage Trunks is weaker than Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the Tournament Power. And this is because of the fact that Super Saiyan Rage Trunks needed Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's help to just defeat Merge Zamasu in a clash. Yet Super Saiyan Blue Goku was able to beat him in a clash on his own. Not only that, but he was able to severely damage Merge Zamasu. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Rage Trunks Gal Gun didn't even phase Zamasu. So because of that, the fact that Goku would have the stronger Spirit Bomb, not to mention that Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue state would be stronger than Rage Trunks, it is very safe to say that Super Saiyan Blue Goku beginning Tournament Power that hypothetically absorbed the Spirit Bomb would be stronger than Super Saiyan Rage Trunks absorbing his Spirit Bomb from the future arc. And since we established earlier that Spirit Sword, Rage Trunks would be stronger than Vegito Blue because he was able to evaporate corrupted Zamasu's body, yet Vegito Blue couldn't get the job done, not to mention that key attacks greatly raise your ki higher than it would be in a normal state. It would also be very safe to say that UI Omen 1 Goku would be stronger than future arc Vegito Blue. Now we can finally move on to Kefla and how strong she is. With Kefla, there's a lot of information I need to go over and things I need to debunk, so where should I start exactly? I know. How about the whole Goku is extremely tired so Kefla cannot be that strong argument that people like to use a lot to degrade Kefla? I see this argument so many times, bro, like it just makes my head want to explode with, headcanon. Well, for starters, when Goku fought Jiren for the first time, going into the battle with no damage sustained at all, and yet he, even while going Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20, he was using as much power he can, and he couldn't even scratch Jiren. There's actually a time in the episode where he's in Kaioken times 20 and he kicks Jiren in the face, but Jiren just it completely ignores it, indicating it did not phase him at all. And yet when Goku fought Jiren for the first time in Omen, he had an entire Spirit Bomb explode on him, which only God knows how much injury he sustained just by trying to survive that. And in Omen, that's when he finally started to damage Jiren and his hits finally started to connect, which goes to show you that Omen doesn't really need energy to run on, it just needs for the user to get used to the transformation. Not to mention, after you landed that first hit, Omen Goku was stay to start adapting and getting stronger with each blow delivered. And 2, yes, Goku started to fight exhausted, but he was recovering energy throughout that entire fight. That's how, over time, he was able to keep on transforming through his forms all the way up to Blue when he was fighting Kefla and Kale. He even went to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, going all out against Kefla. And people like to say that even when Goku went Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, he wasn't able to force, out all his strength, which is, just wrong. And this leads me to my third point. Less stamina doesn't necessarily make you weaker, it just makes it so you have less gas in the tank. And this is supported by the end of Vegeta versus, God Destruction Toppo, where Vegeta used up a lot of his energy with that self-destruction, and Beerus confirms this himself in the episode. I'll have the quotes on screen for you guys as well. But then even Jiren's mocking him on how Vegeta can't beat him with the wounds he has. But then moments later, this happens. Vegeta is able to punch Jiren, but Jiren catches the punch, and Jiren compliments him and says that he sees how Vegeta was able to defeat Toppo. Meaning that Vegeta was still able to use most, if not all, of his power that he used against Toppo, against Jiren. And even though he just used a self-destruction, a final atonement wave, something like that. Meaning that I was right about what I said about stamina a couple moments ago. I'm not even gonna cap, this Vegeta should have less stamina than the Goku that fought Kefla, and yet he was still able to exert out most of his power, which, goes to prove I was right. Now let me go a little bit in depth about stamina, and then we could get back to Kefla. I think it's important that everyone understands this because I see a lot of people that just think that less stamina automatically means you're weaker, when that isn't really the case. So all it means to have less stamina is that you just have less juice to work with. So for example, the guy on the left can run 20 miles per hour for 10 minutes, while the guy on the right could run that distance for 20 minutes. Once the guy on the left hits that 5-minute mark, you can start to feel his stamina diminish. but he's still able to like keep that same speed. But then once he tries to push like past a 10-minute mark, he'll usually start to lower and the speed will just collapse completely, while the guy on the right is still able to run at full speed until he hits his mark. This is what happened in the fight of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku versus Kefla. He was trying to use all of his power, even stacking Kaioken on Blue, while he still didn't have all of his energy. What caused him to be knocked out of Blue is the fact that not only was he completely recovered and running on like small fumes, but the strength of Kefla's kick to the face caused Goku to be knocked out. And you also have to include in the fact that he was using Kaioken, which would have put more strain on his body and drained his stamina even faster. If Goku had even a bit more stamina, he would have been able to endure the kick, although it still would have done a lot of damage to him, but at least he would be able to, fight for a longer period of time. But anyways, Kefla is able to one-shot Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and Goku turns Ultra Instinct Omen again. I'll refer to Goku from here on out as Omen 2 Goku, just because it's like easier to say. And I'll have a screenshot on the screen for you guys, which is quote on the screen for you guys if you want to read it. But Piccolo talks about Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla strength possibly surpassing UI Omen 1 Goku. And when Gohan asks if he's stronger than his dad now, Piccolo tells him that Kefla has been amping Goku up too, and that Goku is reaching deeper into the form's potential. So when Gohan said that, he wasn't questioning if Kefla was stronger than UI Omen 1 Goku. He was questioning as to whether or not Kefla was stronger than Goku right now. So that just means that no one, Gohan didn't really contradict to what he said. He more or less just, went with it. Alright, so there's also a couple of other hints that, UI Omen 2 Goku is definitely a cut above, UI Omen 1 Goku. I'll have a quote on the screen for you guys again if you want to read it. Pause the video if you want to read it. But all this really proves is my point that UI Omen 2 Goku is stronger than UI Omen 1 Goku. This video just says that Goku is getting stronger with Ultra Instinct Omen, and Topo says the more time he has with the form, the stronger he's gonna get with it. And I also have more proof that he got stronger than that. Let us head back to episode 100 of Dragon Ball Super, where Goku fires a point-blank Kamehameha at Kale and Super Saiyan Blue. Not to mention he was firing at Kale for a good time, meaning that Goku was pushing more ki into Kamehameha over time, making it stronger. Yet Kale was able to, just completely walk through Kamehameha like it was a fan just giving her like a breeze. Some people, like to use a headcanon argument and say that Kale was, Goku was suppressed here, but there's no evidence to suggest that. Especially since Goku used a Kamehameha to try and defeat her, and his, ki attacks are stronger than normal attacks. Why would he use a ki attack to try and finish Kale off if his normal full power would have been enough? Unless it wasn't. Not to mention, not even this Kamehameha phase there. And even Hit talked about her power in a good way. I'll read a quote word for you guys, and I'll have it on the screen for you as well. Unbelievable. It seems that your antics have awakened an outrageously powerful beast. An outrageously powerful beast is what Hit has to say about Berserk Kale at the time. And from what we've seen with Kale taking a beginning tournament power Super Saiyan Blue Goku's Kamehameha, he would not be wrong. And then from the quote you guys see on the screen right now, Topo was surprised at just the power behind her voice. Everyone also seems to forget that Jiren personally felt the need to take out Kale, and all the evidence supports Berserk Kale's power here. Now we go to the end of when Goku first got Omen and he was extremely injured, from both the Omen drain and from Jiren nearly blasting him out of the ring. But people seem to not notice, or just seem to forget, or just seem to ignore that Frieza did recover his energy here, so it's very possible for Goku to have gotten a Zenkai here. You don't need to be near death to get a Zenkai, you just need to be severely beaten to get it. For example, let's take a look at a Zenkai Goku got on Namek. When Goku got his body back on Namek, he was in such a bad state and so severely beaten that he could barely move on his own. But he wasn't even near death. His power level was 90k, considering Kaioken times 2 against Ginyu was 180. However, when he recovered all his energy from that tank that was on Namek, he had a new power level of 3 million, confirmed by gods. That's over a 30 times increase in power, and probably one of the biggest Zenkais we have ever seen, but now we may have a bigger Zenkai. When Kale mastered the legendary Super Saiyan form, she was stated to not only be able to keep the power in check, but because she's able to focus with her power, makes it even stronger than before. Quote is on screen for you guys to read. But yet, Super Saiyan God Goku was able to demolish this new mastered legendary Super Saiyan Kale with some very little ease. He was just playing around the entire time. But before, in Super Saiyan Blue, Goku couldn't do jack to a weaker Kale even in Super Saiyan Blue. And since Super Saiyan Blue is a Super Saiyan version of, Super Saiyan God, obviously, it's very evident to assume that Goku got a Zenkai over 50 times stronger than before. 50 times for his Super Saiyan God state to match his Super Saiyan Blue power. But even then, that wasn't enough. Like, his Super Saiyan Blue power wasn't enough, so it had to be more than 50 times. Not to mention, Super Saiyan God Goku was just, like, toying around with Kale. Like, it wasn't even a contest. But either way, the proof is definitely stacked for Omen 2 Goku being much stronger than Omen 1 Goku. And we have the statement from Piccolo regarding Kefla Berserk Super Saiyan 2's power being questionably above UI Omen 1 Goku. But either way, it seems Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla is definitely relative to UI Omen 1 Goku at the very least. But the fact that her powering up was causing Omen 2 Goku to power up more leads me to lean more to the fact that she's stronger than Omen 1 Goku. But I have to scale like this. Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, at the very least, is relative to UI Omen 1 Goku. If not, then she's much stronger, which I believe is much stronger, but I'll just put that greater than or equals to sign, people don't get triggered. But UI Omen 2 Goku is above Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, which I'm going to explain in just a moment why he is. But this is the scale I have, and if anyone is confused by it, feel free to let me know. Now we can finally start to focus a bit more on Omen 2 Goku. So I've seen a lot of people try to downplay this Omen Goku to being extremely weak, as they try to say that since both Kefla and Whis called this Goku weak, which they did not. Well, Kefla did, but Whis did not. He must be weak. I've even seen some people say Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku is stronger, which is completely outrageous. The Kaioken one I already disproved earlier, but the Kefla and Whis one I have not done yet, so I'll go over them real quick. So when you rewatch the episode, at one point Kefla did call Goku in his Omen form weak, which I'll quote, exact quote for you guys. But let's watch up to this point and actually decipher what happened instead of, having people take these quotes like out of context. So first of all, Kefla is referring to a shockwave Goku fired from his eyes, not anything else. In all technicality, Goku didn't even lay a finger on Kefla. The shockwave wasn't even like, come on now, a shockwave? People really gonna use a shockwave to say that Goku's weak? Get the hell out of here with that crap, man. And second, Goku answers Kefla's question and says that he can do much better than that. Quote for quote, yeah, I'm starting to get a handle on that I could do much better. Behold the power of Ultra Instinct. Not to mention, right after he says that, he does a couple of things. For one, he speed blitz Kefla. Two, he completely pummels Kefla. Just look at that facial reaction. Is that the face of someone not feeling pain? The best part is that when Kefla tries to get up, you can see her struggling. Like, she's like, her body's struggling just to get up. And, holding the area in which he was like punched, showing the viewer that the damage she has taken from those punches alone severely affected her. You even have Goku taunting her, saying, "What's the matter, Kefla? Is that all you got for me?" So I definitely would not say Omen 2 Goku is weak in any regard. And then we have what Whis says. So I'm not going to read the exact quote for you guys, but I'll have it on the screen for y'all to read if you want. Pause the video right now if you want to read it. But let's dive into it. So what Whis is saying here is that Kefla is indeed a strong individual, but Goku's strikes are not as strong as if he actually was using like the complete version of Ultra Instinct. If you read the entire quote, you see like Whis comparing Goku's UI Omen to how like a complete Ultra Instinct should act. What Omen is that, and by the way he explains that at the end of the episode, is that he can still dodge and move without thinking, but he still thinks when he attacks, although Omen is still above Super Saiyan Blue. And every time he tries to think for his attack, it costs him time and stamina, hence the wasted effort quote. So Whis isn't necessarily saying Goku's weak, he's just saying he's not as strong as he could be, which in that regard Whis is correct. He's not as strong as if you were using a completed version of Ultra Instinct. But the next feat we do have from Kefla is definitely an interesting one. She's able to produce these like red rays blasting from her body. I used to think that this was like Kefla's anger power, which it still could be. Like how Gohan used to get angry in Dragon Ball Z. It would reach power like higher than normal for like a temporary bit. But Kefla said something that did intrigue me. If you rewatch this episode, she powers up first and then says, "If that's what you want, then I'm going to throw everything I got into his next attack," implying that Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla was still hiding some power, which would also prove that she is above UI Omen 1 Goku. I'll have the next quote on screen for you guys about what Master Roshi says about these rays coming out of Kefla's body, but he basically says if even one of them hits Goku, he's screwed. And we already confirmed UI Omen 2 Goku is above UI Omen 1 Goku. But at the end of the day, Goku was able to outmaneuver the attack to finish Kefla off with his Kamehameha. So now we can start scaling, off of what we know. So we have Rage Trunks that absorbed the Spirit Bomb above Future Arc Vegito Blue, as Vegito Blue was not able to take out Corrupted Zamasu with, his final Kamehameha, but Trunks could do it with the Spirit Bomb absorbed, sword. And then after that, we have a hypothetical absorbed Spirit Bomb, Super Saiyan Blue, Goku being in tournament power, stronger than both that Trunks and Vegito Blue, because Goku has not only the stronger Spirit Bomb, but also has a stronger, strength. And then we have UI Omen 1 Goku, stated by Tien to be above this hypothetical Goku, meaning UI Omen 1 Goku is above everything that we just listed so far. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla full power is, I would say, stronger than UI Omen 1 Goku, but I'm going to keep that equal sign there just for people that, don't piss their pants and start getting mad at me and stuff. I'm going to keep that equal sign there, just for the little baby crybabies. UI Omen 2 Goku is stronger than Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and Kefla's full power rate attack is stronger than all of that. But it's only logical that if Kefla can create a key attack stronger than herself, so can Goku. So UI Omen 2 Goku with the Kamehameha is stronger than Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla with that ray attack. So in conclusion, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito Future Arc would not even come close to comparing to Berserk Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Not at all. It's not even a contest. The only way you could even argue that Vegito Blue has a chance against Kefla is using some type of suppressed headcanon argument that he was using little to no power against Corrupted Zamasu, but I doubt that, considering that they had to use so much power it caused them to deform, and Gowasu told them that they needed a strong enough attack to take out Corrupted Zamasu. I doubt that Vegito Blue would try to hold back in that final Kamehameha. It just seems dumb. So I want to end this like this. Stop wanking Vegito from the Future Arc. Stop trash talking Kefla and let the realization hit you. Yes, I'm talking to you Vegito fanboys. And when another debunk done, I shall see you guys on the next power scaling video. If you want, another video, just leave it in the comment section below. Any other ideas? I'll do another idea, bro. Just leave it in the comment section below. But just remember to always, and I mean always, stay out of the headcanon. Peace.